Today I'm going to go over a really cool app called BIMMERCODE. It's not BEAMERCODE, as some people say repeatedly. Really sorry, that's really a pet peeve of mine. Beamer is a motorcycle, a Bimmer is a car. So BIMMERCODE, you can download the app. It does cost a little bit of money, but it is well worth it. What it does is it allows you to connect your phone to your car over the OBD port using Bluetooth, and then you can program options into your car that you did not get from the factory. So today, just want to do a little quick overview tutorial of how to use that. After you get the app, the only other thing you're going to need is the hardware that you're going to plug into your OBD2 port to communicate with your car. I went with the Veepeak OBDCheck BLE version. There are several online. I will put a link to this in the description below. There are other ones that work. This is the one I did after a little bit of research, and it has worked flawlessly for me. Today's demo will be performed on my wife's 2017 X4 M40i, and it has never been coded at all before. It's completely stock. So once you come into the car, you're going to want to come under the footwell here. And if we look under here, we will find the port, which is right here. That is where we're going to plug this in. So this is what the actual thing looks like. So I'm gonna line it up and plug it in. Just goes right here. And press it into place, and you can see that the little blue light on this turns on to let you know that it's plugged in. So next on my phone, I'm going to open up the app. Okay, I'm going to talk us through from here while I record my screen on my phone so you can see what I'm doing. Push the start button on your car so that it has power, but you don't need to start it. So the first thing we do is pull up the BIMMERCODE app, which is right here, and hit connect. So it will ask you which adapter you have, and I have the Veepeak, as I mentioned before. So just hit connect. Yes, allow it to use your Bluetooth, and it will connect. It'll also ask you about which vehicle you have. So the last time I used this was on my M4. So this is going to need to be changed, of course, to the X4 F26. And hit continue. And so as you can see, like many different models of BMWs, this will work on. So right now it is identifying the control units. So there are several different control units, and each one you can go into individually in this to program different modules of the car. This is one of the longer parts usually on startup to read everything. So maybe good time for a good safety pep talk here. So it is really safe. Lots of people have done this. And BIMMERCODE makes it really simple because it gives you a clean menu of the most commonly changed options. Now there are advanced settings that it will allow you to go into and change, you know, like hex codes and stuff to do more detailed things in the expert mode. But if you stick with the basic mode, it's going to be really safe for you. Okay, so our control units are up now. So we have the advanced crash safety module, air conditioning, blah, blah, blah. All of these different ones. So for our first example, we'll go into the advanced crash safety module. So probably not a lot of things you want to change in here, but let's see what they have. So each time you go into one of these modules, it's going to have to read all the information about that module, so that's takes a little bit of time. All right, done reading, and here are our items that are in this module. So our seat belt driver seat is one thing that people often want to change. Here you can make this not active, and if you do that, your seat belt will the annoying little beeping will not happen if you're driving off without your seatbelt on. So obviously don't drive without your seatbelt. But if you are just in the car, moving at a short distance, that you do sometimes, and you don't have your seatbelt on for that, you will not get that annoying ding while you're sitting there. Okay, so go back, and same thing with your passenger seat. All right, so we'll back out of that, and we will go into our, let's see, we'll go into the head unit. That is one of the big ones that people change a lot of things in. Okay, here is our head unit. So if you scroll down to the bottom, there are these warnings. So warning at startup. You know, on your display, it always shows you, you know, whatever that generic safety warning is that you have to click OK to get rid of, or it eventually disappears. Well, if you don't want that to happen, you can just go to the warning at startup, change it to not active. So it tells you that it disables the warning that's displayed when the iDrive system is started. So then you just hit the little back button, and you hit at the top right in blue, it says code. So if you've changed any values, that code will be an active button that you can press. So when you hit code, it will make you buy the full version, which I have already bought, which is very strange here. So, oh, okay. So I have to restore my full version. So let's try this again. Code. All right, so it tells you here, important notes. Please note that the coding process should not be interrupted. So make sure that your battery has plenty of power. It's not going to die on you when you're in the middle of this. And since I've been doing this video, I have had this on for a while, and I've been talking about it, so it might shut off pretty soon. So if you are in a situation where it's been going on for a while, you can always turn the car off, turn it back on, get back to this point to make sure it's not going to die in the middle. And don't unplug it, don't do anything like that. And they also suggest that you turn airplane mode on your phone so that you don't get any phone calls or anything else comes in to interrupt this process. So I am not on airplane mode yet, so let me go ahead and do that. So that's taken care of, and it says if your car supports Apple CarPlay, please disable it in the iOS settings. I guess that's similar for the airplane mode thing. So once you hit start coding, it starts preparing. And also, here I'll show you the car. This time, let me switch this camera around. Okay, so as this goes through and writes the coding data, you will get a lot of weird warning lights and stuff on your dash most of the time because it's shutting down the parts that it has coded to restart them, and your car doesn't know what's going on, but don't worry, nothing will happen. So now it's restarting the ECU, which, oops, sorry, I missed that. That just went on and then back off. And then coding is successful. Oh, and then all your volume will come. All right, sorry. So, this time none of the things really flashed over here. This one went off and back on. But sometimes you will see warning lights and messages. So just click OK and you're done with that. So yeah, that's all there is. Go ahead and feel free to look through all the different options. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. Okay, as I mentioned, expert mode is if you click the button in the bottom left-hand corner, it will pop up a warning to let you know that you should know what you're doing if you do this. But just wanted to show you, this is what it's going to look like. So the first non-expert mode is simple English things that it's pretty easy to figure out. These, on the other hand, are everything you can change, but it's a lot more difficult to read, obviously, and some of it is in German. So probably don't want to mess with those values unless you really understand exactly what it is you're changing. So that's it. When you're done, just hit disconnect down here. It will prompt you and you're out again. So that's all there is to BIMMERCODE. I hope this was helpful, and do not subscribe to this channel because I have 1,000 subscribers already and I don't want to grow anymore. Just leave some nasty comments down below to let everybody know how terrible this video was, and yeah, we'll see you next time.